Over the last 2.5 months, the stock market has really discounted a lot of companies, a lot of good quality companies, and really beaten down their stock prices. That's good news to a value investor that really wants to pick up really good quality companies, buy them at a discount, hold them for a long time, and make lots of money. One example of that is Hewlett Packard. This is a great company, has a great history, and has a bright future. They sell PCs, they sell all kinds of technology products, and this company pays a 4% dividend currently. It has been beaten down over the last 2.5 months, and I wanted to update my analysis on Hewlett Packard. I had stopped buying shares and was just holding Hewlett Packard after their last earnings call. But I wanted to revisit my analysis because the stock price has dropped to a considerable way. And I wanted to see, is it time to start buying into Hewlett Packard? I will answer that question on this video. I'll either buy more shares, hold, or sell my shares as a conclusion of this video. If you like videos like these, do me a giant favor and like my video and subscribe to my channel. Also leave comments on Hewlett Packard and on the video. I'd really appreciate that. Now let's talk about Hewlett Packard. So Hewlett Packard really doesn't need an introduction. They have been a technology company before we had a technology industry. Just a bunch of bright people up in Northern California that started developing products for the military and then for civilian use, where they started to create products. I remember way back when, like 40 years ago, Hewlett Packard came out with the best calculator that students and scientists would use. And then they cut over to printers. They cut over to PCs and they make high quality PCs, high quality printers. It's just a very good quality company with a great culture of innovation and creativity. So I've been a fan of Hewlett Packard. I think they have everybody's respect as a company, and I think they have a bright future. I believe that Hewlett Packard is currently discounted by 23%. I believe that their stock price should be priced if you measure based on free cash flows that the company produces and look at the net present value of all future cash flows for the company, as well as earnings per share. I think their stock is actually worth $32 a share, but the stock market has discounted these shares down to $26.04. Now, my analysis, you can take a look at the cash flows that the company is going to produce, starting off with $3 billion, which is what they're guiding. They're going to produce some free cash flow here in 2023. I'll grow those free cash flows at a conservative rate of 2% in the short term and 2% in the long haul. That's a nice conservative growth rate. So they're going to produce this number of cash flows in the first 4 years, and then over $46 billion in terminal value, all cash flows into the future. I increased the weighted average cost of capital on Hewlett Packard up to 9 since interest rates have gone up. And that discounts all those free cash flows to $40 billion in net present value for all those free cash flows. The cash on the balance sheet is $1.7 billion. They have $9.6 billion of debt, so I take that away, and I get to an equity value of $32 billion. Market cap on the company is $25 billion. So it offers up a nice 24% discount based on free cash flows. Earnings per share, this is what we expect, or I expect the company is going to produce in earnings per share over the next 4 quarters or 12 months. If I take that and have a PE of 12, a growth rate of 3%, and then use this formula, I get a per share value based on earnings per share of $31.54, but shares are being sold at $26, so it offers up a 21% discount. So overall, 23% discount on Hewlett Packard. They have a solid balance sheet and they've been paying off their debt. They have 1.6 debt to EBITDA, which is very good, and they keep making it better. They use a lot of their free cash flow to pay off that debt off the balance sheet, which is very good. Looking at where the stock has been year to date, it's down 2.65%. And right now the stock price has dropped so much, they're paying a 4% dividend. So any share that I buy right now, I lock in a 4% dividend, and I expect this stock's going to rise. This is Hewlett Packard. I think they have sunnier days ahead, and they should be rising. A big drop happened after their last earnings call. They did surprise to the downside. They did have to restate some of their guidance. I think the PC market really softened on them. The stock for Hewlett Packard has been really beaten up, maybe too far. I think they deserve some of that downside, but for it to go from up in the $33 range down to 26 is overdone on the downside. So what should I do with Hewlett Packard? Should I hold my position, wait for the next earnings release? Should I buy more shares or should I sell my shares? Well, I think the company is excellent. I really like that they're in the technology business. They don't like to do too much. They stay in their lane, just make very good products. They have a great brand. So I like the company. I like the industry. And the company management team, right after the earnings call, I didn't give them a check mark. I gave them an X. But reality is that this is a very good management team. I really do like them. I read several articles since our last earnings, and I still trust them and I still believe in them. They're doing a great job on the balance sheet, reducing debt, and debt is well below 3 times EBITDA. And there's a reasonable discount on a high quality company like Hewlett Packard. Therefore, I'm going to now start to buy shares of Hewlett Packard and accumulate more shares of this excellent company that pays a 4% dividend. So that's my video on Hewlett Packard. I hope you found it interesting. Would love to get your comments on what you think Hewlett Packard is going to do, especially after their earnings. We're probably a month and a half before their earnings report. So there's going to be I think, some time to buy into Hewlett Packard for me. The stock market has been really volatile, up and down days. And I think it's a great time to buy shares when everybody's afraid, when there's a lot of concern. So I'm going to continue to buy Hewlett Packard shares and see where they go. Do me a favor, like my video and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And please share your comments. Would love to get your ideas on Hewlett Packard. If you think it's a good stock, if you think it's a bad stock, and maybe put out some ideas on other companies like Hewlett Packard. Thanks again for watching. Good luck investing in 2023.